Welcome back to Sith Crypto. Today I'm going to be going over Bitcoin market update, is the bottom in yet, and a quick little Celsius update. So we can go ahead and jump right into it. As you know, the CPI information just came out today and the markets are pumping as a result. So what are the markets looking like right now? So next to that, everything is up quite a bit in the last 24 hours, and ETH has just been on an absolute tear with the upcoming merge. What are my thoughts on this? I think that we are still in a bear market, and I think that we're not out of the woods yet. A lot of people are calling the bottom. I find that, a little too premature, honestly. The market hasn't had enough time to cool off yet. It hasn't even been a year since we hit that 69K peak in Bitcoin. And, I guess I'll just go ahead and jump into the graph right now. So let's refresh this. All right. So looking at the chart here, look at the way that we've been moving down. Does it look like we have started moving sideways? For people to be saying that the bottom is in, I think is a little bit silly because we've just been, constantly working our way down. And as you see here, it took a year for us to get to, to essentially get to the bottom here a year later. And, we had a lot of sideways action, and then we had that final capitulation before we even started working our way up. So for people to be saying that the bottom is in, definitely too early to say. And I just don't think we've been in this bear market long enough for the bottom to be in. And I'm not one to really draw trends, but I have been seeing this, and I think that it is interesting that, we have this channel here, and then we have another channel here, and then we drop down, and then we have another channel here, and then we drop down, and then we have another channel here. I'm sorry, these are really bad lines, but I'm just proving a point that's showing that, these have been constant bear flags. So that's the trend that we're working within, in my opinion. So I do think that we still have another capitulation here at the minimum that gets us to a little bit closer. And if we go back here, we can see that we did have a pump back in July of 2018 after our peak here, and it worked its way back down in August, and then went sideways, and then down in December. So that's the Bitcoin chart. And then as for the CPI information, let's see here. Pull that up here. This is the CPI information. So, look at this graph. We have been in a constant rise of inflation here, and prices are not starting to go down. The markets are pumping like crazy on news that it's 0.1% lower than it was expected, which this still means that prices are increasing. They're just not increasing as quickly, but prices are still increasing. And then just for comparison, I want to show that oil, gas, utilities, electricity, food, new cars, all of these have gone up significantly more than CPI is saying here. So, is this a realistic inflation number? And then finally, about the market, let's just take a look at NASDAQ. And one final point for the bear market not being over anytime soon. And, Bitcoin does trend with the markets. So look at NASDAQ. This is over the last 20 years, October 1st, 2002, or so, we've been on an upward trend for 20 years. And you're telling me that the market is just going to keep pumping up? We are obviously, pumped up a lot since 2020. There's a lot of room for the markets to come down, a lot of room. And Bitcoin follows the traditional markets for now, and it's going to continue to. So, we're nowhere near a new bull market. And just want to be realistic here, as we have tons of people saying that the Bitcoin bottom is in. Certainly not a bad idea, DCA, but I don't think once again, we're there yet. And then my final point for the video is going to be this news that came out today about Ripple being interested in buying Celsius's assets. There's really not much information about it, but it is nice to see that there's still some interest in Celsius being purchased. There was a committee that was formed for unsecured debtors, and they're I think doing a pretty good job if you've been keeping up with the lawsuit, the bankruptcy hearings that have been going on. So that's positive to see that the UCC is sticking up for essential depositors, for the depositors' best interests here. So that's definitely another positive. And that's about everything that I have to share in today's video. I appreciate you taking the time, and see you in the next one. Bye.